immediately.
The choppy waters of the South China Sea are witnessing fresh turbulence. China is threatening the Philippines again, this time with a massive warship. A warship called Monster. It is the world's largest Coast Guard vessel, and it does look like a monster. This is the ship we are talking about. It has a displacement of 12,000 tons. It is 165 meters in length. That's equal to 3 Olympic-sized swimming pools. It has an intimidating presence. It also has considerable firepower. The ship is armed with heavy weapons. We're talking about machine guns and a fully equipped helicopter unit. This Chinese monster ship was seen around Scarborough Shoal. It is part of the disputed South China Sea. Both China and the Philippines claim the Scarborough Shoal. The monster ship has been loitering around this atoll. Manila spotted it. They dispatched their Coast Guard. They ordered the Chinese ship to leave. The crew of the Monster was warned. They were told that they have no authority to operate in the area.
Coast Guard, CD5901. This is BRP Cabra, MRRB 4409. We are reminding you that you are within 72.6 nautical miles west by the south of Silangin, Zambales, inside in the Philippine Exclusive Economic Zone. Please leave this area immediately. Over.
But the crew ignored the warning. They refused to leave, claiming that they have every right to be there. The Philippines is not backing down either. Manila ships have been tailing and shadowing this vessel, and the situation remains tense. In fact, this tension has been simmering for almost a year now. Manila and Beijing have clashed multiple times at sea. Their ships have collided. Water cannons have been fired. In one incident, a Filipino sailor lost a thumb. This happened when the Chinese Coast Guard carried out an attack. The Chinese were behaving like pirates. They blocked a Philippine Navy vessel and threatened its crew with knives, sticks, and an axe. Now we are in a new year, but China has not given up its old ways. On the contrary, it is becoming more aggressive. Deployments in the region have increased. Along with the Monster, 3 other Chinese ships have been spotted. Chinese militia are also roaming in the area. They have at least 7 ships in this disputed region. These militia are an extension of China's military. They operate with direct support from Beijing. Thus, the Chinese military has been conducting drills in this region. These exercises include both naval and air forces. So China is deploying more military assets. It is boosting its defense capabilities around the Philippines. The goal is quite obvious: to ramp up pressure on Manila. China uses the same tactics against Taiwan too. This is called gunboat diplomacy. The idea is to overwhelm and intimidate by flexing your military muscle. Nearly every day, Taipei spots Chinese warships near its waters. Chinese jets are also frequent visitors. Taiwan often detects them in its air defense zone. In recent weeks, China has stepped up deployments around Taiwan as well. Last month, it sent as many as 90 ships, 90 ships near the island. Taipei called these deployments alarming.
This number of China Navy and Coast Guard ships in the region was indeed very alarming. And how they are scattered is beyond the eastern border of Taiwan between the first and second island chain. I think their China intention is very clear.
Chinese military is also engaging in sabotage. This week, an undersea cable was damaged. This is quite similar to what we've seen in Europe, where multiple cables have been sabotaged in recent times. This one was located off the northeast coast of Taiwan. A Chinese ship dragged its anchor over it. Remember, these cables are critical for communication. They transmit data signals. They keep the internet running. If these cables are damaged, they could isolate Taiwan from the rest of the world. Thankfully, that did not happen this time. The damage was not severe enough to disrupt communication, but the intent was quite clear. So, like Manila, Taipei is not taking this lightly. They are investigating this incident as an act of sabotage. They cannot afford to lower their guard. China is becoming more brazen, raising the military pressure on neighbors and the risk of a dangerous face-off.
From breaking news to the day's biggest controversies, shedding light on the world's top headlines. Detailed analysis on the stories that matter the most to you. Catch it all on Spotlight at 6 p.m. India time and 12:30 GMT. Only on First Post.